Hey guys, and welcome to part 16 of the Arkham Asylum playthrough. We have now finished off Killer Croc, and we're going to head back into the Batcave to create the antidote to counter-effect this Titan formula.
We're gonna get Snape on in this shit.
Yes, indeed we do.
Mr. Potter.
No, best quote of Professor Snape, hands down. Turn to page 394.
Such a random page number.
Now, what I've upgraded now is the multiple frequency for the explosive gel. What this does is that, say if you sprayed 3 explosive gels on a predator section, what this will allow you to do, instead of them having go off simultaneously once you detonate it, you can zoom in on a particular wall that you've sprayed with explosive gel and cause that one to explode while the others will stay input. So pretty much you can control when you want your explosive gel to explode.
Okay.
Yeah, me too. That's what Suicide Squad Joker's thinking right now with all that with his silver teeth. Sure you can.
You went flying.
I would have loved it if the combo goes up so far that they go flying up on the roof and they actually hit the roof and then you hear a bell sound effect.
And some rings fall down.
Not Joker cards. If they happen to be in the guy's pocket.
I take it you felt that.
Barbara, not now. I'm trying to pick up this trophy. You're preventing me from doing it.
It's not good.
I just can't bend over and just grab it. It's right there.
Can't use
Tell you to hurry,
lower
but
body
I
strength.
know what you're doing. Contact me in the cave if you need anything.
There we go. Notice how his stubbles begin more and more showing now?
I still feel like an idiot for thinking this game took place on the one night.
Well, they don't give us an estimate time of how long he spends on the island, but because of the stubble, I'm gonna have to guess 2 to 3 weeks. Which goes through your mind, how the hell does he do? Then again, it's always dark in Gotham. Imagine if Batman and Superman swapped cities.
Batman and Metropolis.
And Superman and Gotham. When they're like the polar opposites, they're like 2 sides of the same coin.
Mm-hmm.
How close are you to making
You know, Superman's in the public eye, Batman's in the shadows.
It's been more difficult than I expected.
Bet there's like actual daylight in Metropolis.
The process
Only a
is slow,
few far between, mind you.
and doesn't produce much antidote.
And the good news?
The chemical.
Yeah, kind of a bit lazy, isn't it, for the production where they use the antidote. The way they design the antidote holder is the same as the explosive gel holder.
To be sure, I've set the computer to create more.
Would you love to have a computer like that, where even though you've created a cure, you've sent it to create
Thank
more?
God. Her plans have reached the top.
Money.
Ah shit, Ivy's found out the cave.
Oh the fuck.
Well, I think this is more, the way Bruce got about this Batcave is that this was a temporary design. Because remember when he said that
I'm fine.
he once saved an unfortunate inmate from committing suicide into the rocks below, found a hidden area and said, how about I'll create this as a backup cave. Backup cave, yeah. Here's our final gadget for the game. The Ultra Bat Claw. But first things first, how the fuck does he fit that in his utility belt? That's like a bazooka size Gatling gun. Anyway, what this gadget now allows you to do, instead of 1 bat claw, you can now shoot 3. And this will make pulling grates a lot easier, but now you can pull off walls that you weren't able to get because of the explosive gel. So it's like this wall, for example, you can pull out the bat claw, and there you go. Pull off the wall. Which pretty much means more Riddler shit. And I'm going to exploit every single one of them.
Oh no. What a nice view.
Aye, night. Like I've ever seen. Like every night I've seen. Now, yes, you can fall into the wall here, but why would you want to do that? You know, looking at this right now, it's reminded me of the whole Harry Potter game on the PS2 where you have the Whomping Willow level.
Is that the Chamber of Secrets?
Yeah, this PS2 one. Where you start off in Diagon Alley, then the next level's in the Whomping Willow, where for some reason they give it an eye. I don't remember an eye being in the movie.
Can't remember if it has it in the books either.
Well, I'm going to say right now, I never read the books. I only read a bit of the first one, but that was only for like school classes and all that. And I mostly followed the movies.
I don't think I've watched the Harry Potter movie in quite a while.
We should probably do that one day, have a Harry Potter marathon.
We started it one time, didn't we? We got up to Order of the Phoenix and then we just stopped.
Stopped. Because shit happened and life happens.
Mm-hmm.
But still apart from Professor Snape's page 394, another moment that stands out. Joel in the dungeon! What do you want to do? Plunk. it's just the way he collapses.
You should count how many times Ron says bloody hell.
Then again, you could be there's your cosplay there, right there, Colin. All you need to do is just dye your hair ginger, then you could be Ron Weasley. Hurry! Go panic now! Mind you, if I saw a spider like that, I would shit my pants too. Yeah, I don't mind like those tiny spiders you get in like the grates and all that, you know, that are just about the size of your fingernail. But see those big massive ones like the size of your entire hand, like a tarantula?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, get that away from me.
It's when you can see the eyes on them.
I'm like, no, get that fucking thing away from me. That and eels. Can't stand eels.
Eels?
Aye. Snakes, okay, but eels... ugh.
Is it just the fact that they can swim with like...
I think so, yeah. I think that's what it is on their faces as well.
It's like they're always like...
Exactly.
like that. You guys can't see, but like if you Google the image of an eel, you'll know what we're talking about.
Or just go and watch a BBC documentary that I used to watch called Blue Planet, which is coming back by the way, but I'm not sure when. It was a David Attenborough documentary where they had an episode which was focused on the deep of the abyss, where it's pitch black, you can't see anything because you're so deep down there. And there's a creature called the gulper eel, where it has very tiny eyes, but its mouth is as big as its body. It's called the gulper eel because it can swallow anything of almost any size, even prey as big as themselves.
It's weird to think like all the animals down like in the deeper parts of the ocean, they look very alien, don't they?
Exactly. And when you look at fish like the anglerfish, like in Finding Nemo for example, where they had that anglerfish, yes, it's cartoony looking design, but there are actually fish like that, and you're wondering, and you think, wow.
There's like animals on this planet that exist like that.
But there's one creature I wish never existed in the first place: wasps.
Wasps can just go to hell.
Aye, they cause nothing but trouble.
Did you see that like scientists theorize that octopuses are aliens?
Rubbish. They're just sea creatures as like every other else. Now we've got another problem here. Remember when we were last here, that place what was filled with water? Now it's filled with Titan, and that is going to Gotham Bay.
So everyone's gonna get it?
Yeah, we have to shut that off by the pumps up above. There's 3 main pumps that we need to shut off. Yeah, voice is getting a bit crackly here. And again, this is where Ivy's pods get really pissed. Because the amount I've killed over. But at least we can get the Riddler stuff that I was unable to get the last time we were here.
Seems to be corrosive, but it shouldn't trouble the
Now this, I do not get how I'm not affected by this jump right here. Look, jump across, feet covered in Titan, not affected.
Because he's Batman.
Because I'm the main character.
That mean character immunity.
Look at Resident Evil, where when you see non-playable characters then they get bit by a zombie, they die, but if you get bit by a zombie in gameplay, you're fine. At least the Outbreak miniseries tried to change that, where if you get bitten, you're put on a death sentence.
Okay.
Where it acts realistic, where if you get bit, you will turn into a zombie. But not a lot of people agree with that, because I think after the second one, they just skipped the whole series in general. Mind you, I've never played them, I just heard of them. I was more into the main Resident Evil series. But we'll save that for the Resident Evil 5 playthrough. Ka-ching.
It won't reach Gotham.
Poor Riddler Trophy, how I know you so well. I know your pain, being alone in a lonely place. Yeah, it could have been worded a bit better. The main pump room is up here, just above us, but I think I climbed down here just because I wanted to check to see if there was another riddle or a question mark before I head back up. Just try not to fall and you have to climb all the way back up. Or don't you hate it when you do like a platform in town and then you go so high that no matter how you fall, it counts as a death?
Yeah. Fucking bullshit.
Holy shit, he destroyed our wall!
I'll just pull you down.
And they're unconscious. Look, one lonely survivor. Dead.
Did he just kick him in the balls?
Ragdoll physics. Right, now we need to find 3 main pumps. And this will turn off the Titan and change it back into water, so that the rest of Gotham will not be affected. And this is where Joker goes from having fun Joker to really fierce and angry Joker ways, like do whatever you can to stop the Batman from getting into those pumps, and I mean it. Compared to where back in the intensive treatment and all that, he was more comedic about it. Now you've got 2 rooms to go through. One room's got 1 pump, the other's got 2. At least it's 2 rooms instead of 3. And again, Joker Teeth, I must be heading in the right direction. Ah, this is another Predator section. That's another thing the Riddler trophies do when you collect them. They unlock challenge maps for challenge mode, where there's combat, and then there's Predator challenge maps where you can test your skills into whatever skill you want. So say the combat skills depend on how long the combo goes, while Predator's like, see if you can beat this Predator with unique challenges in a time limit. Like say for example, one of the challenges is like this one here, which I'm doing right now. Pull 3 mooks over a ledge and get them instantly knocked out, like so. Whoosh. Or another one might be lure an enemy with a sonic batarang and then take him out silently when his electric collar is not working. You know, just specific unique challenges, and they get harder and harder. Like you have, there's actually 4 maps for Predator. There's 4 for combat, and then there's 4 designed maps for Predator. They have their default versions, and then they have the extreme versions where they're a lot harder.
Okay.
So they're just additional challenge maps that you can unlock, and they bring these back in every Arkham game. And with DLC with the sequels, they add new characters as well. So you're not just playing as Batman. Like you could play as Robin, Nightwing, Catwoman. Arkham Knight has the most playable characters up to now, which I think is 8. 8 playable characters. Some of it which was DLC, but well, technically 7 because Azrael is just a copy of Batman, which is good for plot, but not for gameplay. It's like you want something unique for each character. Oh, and this guy spots me somehow in the vent and he's trying to look through it, so I'm like, no you don't.
Yeah, we've got this grown man sitting here in this vent.
Taking a dump in the trash can, are we? This I'm trying to get him to wait to turn around so I can go behind him. Like so.
Ah, bitch.
And there's one in that control room, so instead of climbing up, this is what I'm gonna do. Crackle the floor beneath his feet. Ow! Knocks him out completely. And I think, I didn't show this up before, but this is the corner takedown. See, you can see he's terrified, he's shaking. And there's your corner takedown. You can, like I said, like the name says, you do a takedown when your thug approaches the corner that you're right next to. I'll need to go and get a drink of water after this with my throat crackling. So there's pump number 1. Again, just like every other bomb you've seen before.
That's the first pump disabled.
That's the first pump disabled.
Only 2 more to find.
So now that will turn the first pump into water instead of Titan. But before I leave, I'm going to collect some Riddler trophies and the collectibles I know that I can get, so I don't have to come back later. Like there's one in this wall, and there's another gaping wall on the other side, which I couldn't get because it was a Predator section, so I thought I might as well. Whoa! Okay, where did you come from? Okay. That was a bit... and off he goes. But yeah, recording time, that caught me off guard because I was not expecting it, hence why I got whacked in the head with a pipe. Because usually they do not attack me until I go back into that main hallway where I just came in. So that was a first.
Every day I found the patience.
Every day I find the patience disturbing. Very disturbing indeed.
Every night, in my dreams, I feel you. Could you imagine if we started reciting that?
Yeah, but I thought Lee was going to be the one who'd start that. Because then he's... Well, who's the more fan of Chon? Is it you, or is it Lee that's more a fan of him?
Well, certainly I introduced Lee to Jontron. It was the Birdemic review we watched, and then after that Lee just became a fan. But we haven't really watched Jontron in quite a while.
Is this because of what he said about some immigrant news?
See, I don't really know what I sort of think about that. Like, I'm not sort of like joining sides or going against him. I just haven't really looked into it much.
Aye.
But I think because of all that, he hasn't really made a video in quite a while.
Maybe. Not sure, but nothing against it. He has the right to his own opinion, and no matter what. It's just, not everybody's going to agree with it, you know? But then, the way I go about life is I try my best to stay out of politics, because they're just nonsense in the end.
Yeah.
Here's the last pump room. Try and say that with a straight face. Now first, sometimes what I like to do here is I like to hack from the ledge I just found so that the mooks are unaware that I'm hacking their system. But one time I actually did that, they somehow spotted me and I ended up getting shot while I was hacking. And I died here. But this was like months ago. This time I thought, let's take out the mooks first, then hack the system. So that way they don't cause me trouble later on.
Fuck! That's me fucked.
So these are the last two pumps. We turn these off and then that should restore the Titan formula back into water.
Just one more to go.
Free water for everyone! And the last interview tape is up there.
I'm going to head back up to the surface and track down Ivy.
Get in touch if you need anything.
Just above there, but I'll need to get the line launcher because the developers smartly put spikes on the edge of that platform so you can't grapple up there. Yeah, I'm just gonna go all that way just for the sake of a tape. And I think I'll upgrade in the next part actually. Maybe not. Let's go for the final health upgrade since we're near the end of the game. So we'll see you in part 17, folks.